Hey Screamers, Lewis here from Fright, and I'm back with another video review, and this time I am talking about our 2018 and 19 Fright of the Year. It is a juggernaut of a haunt, a massive haunt, a huge haunt, a gigantic haunt. Do you get the picture yet? I am talking about a macabre, dark, scary, horrifying, terrifying visual masterpiece that is located at the East Point Mall in Baltimore, Maryland. It has reigned as our top haunt for the last 2 years, excluding 2020 because of COVID. I did not go. Well, I went. I did go to experience it during the height of COVID. I was there to experience Bennett's curse, but I did cancel the tour. Of course, I had to go and visit our top haunt. I had to keep the tradition going to see if they still had it going on, and they did, which is why I'm back in 2021. So let's get right to it, guys. Let's talk about Bennett's curse. But you know what time it is. It's that broadcast message. It's time for you guys to subscribe to this channel and, of course, ring that bell. When you ring that bell, you are notified of every review that I come out with. Yes, you will receive a little notification in your YouTube inbox that I have come out with one of my unbiased, unpersuaded, uninfluenced, truthful reviews. Yes, I will tell you where to go for the best scream for your buck. Of course, it's time for you to ring that bell and subscribe to this channel, especially if you love these reviews. Do it. After grabbing our tickets and talking to Jill for a bit, it was time to get inside the haunt because it does take 35 minutes to get through. If you have a slower group in front of you, it can take even longer, and thankfully we didn't, so we were in and out in a flash. This year, brand new was the Asylum, and because the Asylum is new, Legends of Halloween had to be tweaked a bit. And Legends of Halloween is my favorite section of the haunt. It's everything that you would find in a haunted attraction, including scarecrows, pumpkins, vampires, zombies, werewolves, mummies. Everything that affiliates itself with Halloween is inside this section, and visually it's probably my most favorite. It's like a work of art. So I was really excited that Bennett's was now having an asylum style attraction, because you guys know how much crazy people scare me. And then my favorite section had been tweaked a little bit, so I was ready to go. And just like the last 3 years, we began our walk, our 35-minute walk, in the 3D section. And I don't know what went on in the 3D section. I don't know if maybe it's time to retire it, or there just weren't enough actors. And I know that you can't have an actor around every single corner, but there were a lot of dead spaces in the 3D section, most notably towards the end, leading into the next section. We did walk for quite a while with nothing happening, and I was kind of scratching my head and saying, this isn't the Bennett's curse that I know. So I was kind of hoping and praying to the Halloween gods that this wasn't going to be the trend throughout the rest of the attraction. Thankfully enough, it wasn't. As we got deeper and deeper into the attraction, the intensity, the actors, they did pick up. But I do think that if you want to kind of give people a good knock in the face, definitely beef up the beginning of your attraction, because that's kind of what sets the tone for the rest of the entire walk. And I was judging a book by its cover, and I was really hoping that it wouldn't turn out the way the 3D section was, and thankfully the gods answered my prayers and it wasn't. But it was kind of a little lackluster. The rest of the attractions, they were top-notch. The thing about Bennett's Curse that makes it so great, and I've said this the last 2 years, the last 2 video reviews of mine, is that the walkway, the corridors that you walk through are so tight, and it brings everything really close to you, meaning the scares are really close to you. You have to duck. You have to turn sideways. You have to push things aside. The props, the static props, the amount of props in this haunt, if I had $1 for every prop in this haunt, I'd probably be a millionaire. Some of them are monstrous. They're huge. They tower over you. So you're walking through and you're like, wait, aren't I in an abandoned Sears? How am I seeing a 20-foot Grim Reaper? How am I seeing a 20-foot skeleton? Yes, this place is full of visually appealing props, and what's so great about their placement is that because it's so dark and creepy, you don't know what's fake and you don't know what's real. So you might be inspecting something and then out of nowhere, bam, it's real. Or you might be looking at something and waiting for it to happen and pop alive, and it's actually a static prop. The Asylum was full of static props, static crazy people. I was waiting for it to get really intense in there, and it kind of didn't. There was this one actor who had a brilliant laugh and scared us twice. Towards the end, In Legends of Halloween, there's the skeleton guy that we thought was fake, and he turned out not to be, and that scared the bejesus out of me. The fog glowing room where the actors pop up from underneath the glowing green light, they got me 3 times. So this place still has it, guys. It's still scary. It's still intense. It's still in your face. And like I say every year, it is just the epitome of a haunt to me, because visually it just takes my breath away. I walk through and I can really admire the work that goes into it, the dedication, the thought process, the details, the candles, the lighting, the music, the placement of props, the way he uses props to make you walk around something or have to go a different way. It's just inspiring, guys. It really is. Once inside, we began our walk, as usual, in the 3D section, which has been the starting point for the last 3 years. And I don't know if maybe it's run its course, if I've memorized it, but it seemed a little lacking in intensity. And to me, the first section of a haunt should definitely kind of punch you in the face and kind of set the tone for what's to come next. So I was kind of judging a book by that, and I was getting a little scared. I was thinking, okay, is this maybe just a rough patch in the attraction, or is this what it's going to be like through the rest of the attraction? So there were some dead spots. The actors, their timing was off. It just didn't feel like it had in years past. So I was a little worried. And then as we came out of the 3D section and began the next one, it kind of followed through for the first, I'd say maybe like 2 scenes of that second attraction, and then from there it kind of picked up. The actors got intense, their timing got better, the scares were more in your face. And let's talk about that really quick. In your face, that is something that Bennett's Curse has mastered, and the reason why is because Alan is not afraid to make the corridors that you walk through very tight and very slim, to the point where you have to turn sideways. You've got to shimmy through. You've got to put your arms like this and kind of go like this. And because of that, because everything is brought in, these scares happen rather close to you. So it kind of jacks the intensity up. He uses a lot of the static props, which can be very small or very, very big, to kind of navigate where you're going to go. And that's genius, because it brings you in and kind of makes it way more immersive, because you're so close to it. So I really admire that and appreciate it, because that's a level of detail that not a lot of haunts have, is making it more personal, intimate. I know intimate's kind of a weird word to use for a haunt, but it does bring everything closer. And because of that, the actors are right in your face. So whenever I say in your face, that's what I mean. You really got to experience it, because I've never experienced a haunt like it, where everything is so close to you. Like at Bennett's Curse. As we made our way deeper into the haunt, it became more of the Bennett's Curse that I have known to come and love. As we made our way deeper into the haunt, it had become the Bennett's Curse that I have known to come and love. The last 3 years, the scares got more intense, the actors were more on point, the scenes were more darker and creepier and more sinister than before. So I was really excited to get all the way through. And speaking of actors, there were some that were so brilliant in executing their scares that I was scared out of my mind. Most notably was the dark maze, the 2 in there with the flashlights, the sinister, laughing, creepy asylum woman who has a laugh that should be a ringtone, the skeleton that I thought was fake at the end of Legends of Halloween. Oh my gosh, you were brilliant in keeping still. And then the 2 that were inside the laser green fog room. I didn't know there was 2. I thought there was 1. And you guys, honestly, to God, got me 3 separate times in that one room. Brilliant. But the scare of the night goes to the guy at the end in the meat shop. I was crouching down, trying to get through what I thought was an archway, but it actually turned out to be legs, because he was standing on pallets. And as my eyes went up his body and met his eyes, he didn't waste any time, and he got my face. I literally almost fell back straight on my ass, okay? That was the ending to a perfect night for me. So yeah, Bennett's Curse still has it, guys. It's still a great haunt. It's scary, it's dark, it's intense, it's in your face. It is everything, every adjective that you could think to describe a haunted attraction. And again, I keep saying this year after year, it is visually a masterpiece. It is aesthetically put together so well, with the way it's laid out, the props. Like I said, you can walk through 3 or 4 times every single year and still see something brand new. You do not feel like you are walking through a Sears or whatever it was, because the amount of props and the size of these props are just ginormous. So you catch yourself like looking up, like you're looking up at a skyscraper, you're examining something that you think is real and it's not, and then bam, the scare comes from the left or right, somewhere you didn't expect. It's just such a great haunt, guys. If you're in the area of the East Point Mall or you're visiting Baltimore, Maryland during the months of September and October, get yourself to Bennett's Curse. Tell them Fright Tour sent you. You will truly love this attraction. I know you will. If you don't, then post your opinion of what you thought of Bennett's Curse in the comments below. Share what you think. It is time for me to give the official rating for Bennett's Curse this year. It is not changing, guys. It still receives a 5 skull out of 5 skull rating. That is the top rating that you can get from me here at Fright Tour. You guys know that I have 3 more locations from the 2021 Fright Tour to go to. We're going to New York, we're going into Pennsylvania, and we're keeping it home in New Jersey. You guys need to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and of course, follow my Instagram feed. Until next time, guys, happy screaming.